Can you navigate by starshine? This is called suburbia, a place to get away from the city stink. Get away. Don't knock yourself out. So much damage. Careful with those things. That board is filled with all sorts of hopes and fears of those who didn't like the city or nature and got trapped in between. You're getting close to what they used to call suburbia now. Not quite a city, and nothing like nature. When the cities became too polluted, some moved here. Eventually they ran out of places to escape. Back then, it was easier to move away from the messes you made than try to do anything to clean them. You'll find some traces of travels, even out here in the sticks. shot. No windows to look out at the sky from down here.
Spooky. I have a card reader. This must be one of these vaults that, like, or endgame vaults or something. Good hit. There's a serenity about this spot. There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. This one is Bang Shelter 8F. Wonder how long they held out here. can see the horizon now. Keep hold of that.
Jean shorts. I wonder how it stays so cold in there. Like he's inside the building.
Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. It's so different from the surface down here.
Like a spaceship. Hello.
Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He worries about you. If you love yourself, you don't hurt others. But the more you hate yourself, the more you want others to suffer. What do you think his are? He's the one that's called Out of Date, remember? Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst. Something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark, in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. Out of Date says he knows you're good-hearted enough to do your best to support Goop. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled. Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Understands you have things to do.
thought my options were to let these guys survive, though. Isn't that the point?
Tolu keta yatika maperna.
He's happy to help.
Miami.
Wishes you would stop breaking what others are trying to fix.
Miami.
So
Yalawa watnawa.
he guesses you're back for more.
Evunkutu buvum kabube farhi. Tolu
Looks like I'm
mawawanya.
forced to talk to Goof.
The daytime makes it harder for things to sneak up on you. Let's see.
Hey, that's what that fuzzy guy I could never beat in the beginning was. Kill him. Oh, he leveled up. Loot chance 83. What is that item? the gear that I can wear? My bag? Still can't wear the dynamite bag. Is it a crafting item? Oh, I bet it's a consumable. A healing item. Okay, so it's not. Is it a modifier? Where is it? Quest items, keys. Misc. There it is. Okay. I know what that is.
Heroes inspire in a way nothing else can. Every lock has a key.
Ooh, what's this? A hole. Rip slick.
There's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Yeah, the future is in your hands, so take care of it.
Yango.
That's the guy that taught me how to swim.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of them. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance.
Titutuata.
Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was.
Titutuata. Tirami.
He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind.
Azetawa. Laisate manu.
Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again.
Execo.
He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years.
Kitenko.
He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child.
Itako.
Now the time has come for you to remember and act.
Oh, we're gonna
You
get
Wanapatako.
He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
Hear that? Dark tastes foul.
Wait, what? Now it's about flavors, what?
You probably taste as bad as you smell.
Well, you'll never find out.
Awali.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course.
Manutai baradrade.
Hit the open surf then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself, at least until you reach a new shore and make new friends.
Tirami.
Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier. Wonders why you're flapping around with the Jagni. They spend too much time nesting to do anything fun.
Musa.
Thinks you're only proving his point.
Yatu bubuela.
But hey, back to the goo.
Azimbotalante dosa be afanya.
He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside.
Dosa be. Jaida.
You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff.
Mavaniko.
You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. Let's see. Every bit of your gear is soaked.
Oh, there we go. Well, that's a bug. This rain should fall through the ceiling. Like that. Down here.
Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. They made a lot of green, which is all they really cared about. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open.
You can't really understand your story till it's done.
Oh, is this it? What is down here?
Like walking down a trail. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Oops, did that wrong.
New day, new start.
What do I get up here? Oh, I bet you this is the glove. Which I haven't used in a long time. It's the fist. You go here. And you power it up. Go fist and boots. Circuit board puzzle. Switching the color of the light will also change the adjacent light. Make all of them turn. Right.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
That was super weird. First, is there anything down this hall? Yes, there is. Limeys.
A duel.
energy isn't up. Wow, wow, wow. What a blow! Oh, smell that? Biohazard nearby. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. You need to line up the switches so they match.
It was already lined up.
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. How many days like this do you think the world has left?
Mukam. Saluya. Tultua mala mukam.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out.
Mako wingi mukam.
There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots.
Kantuali.
Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position.
Mukam bali.
The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks.
Itaku.
That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes him berth. Goop's not sure, though, if it's the surf sickness or the radium syrup that causes it.
some jet ski.
Better get moving before the day passes you by. You're poking around Hockmer, a prime village. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Ja.
Let's see.
Pænelinde se daglommer.
Hope someone checks out the Eastern world.
Emma säger att troelösa.
He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Points out that he's hungry too, but always thirsty for more. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wants to know if he could point you towards something fun to drink, so that you could share with the tipsy tipster. You sure look like you could use a drink. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Says you should toast the end of the world, but you'd better hurry. It's coming soon. Respects how you take care of yourself first instead of trying to swallow too much. Thinks it's funny you wound up with the Jagni. They drink so little, like birds. Can't understand that. Everybody's thirsty. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportional to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Figures the real problem is finding something to drink. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surf Archipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Says your piece of junk would be worth more polished up and didn't have much else to...
Being over the waves beats being beneath them. That was a wild ride. Let's see.
What's back there? This is good.
With luck, it'll keep you out of the goo. The Quack Hollow, it's just lonely. Dismounted.
Cable connect puzzle. You need to connect the 3 cables to the different ports to solve the puzzle. Each has a positive and or a negative. Values can be seen above and below. So okay, so positive must be yellow and the white are the negatives, I guess. Or actually the exact opposite. Okay. So this one can't be here. And I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So need to move you here. So confused then.
Don't flinch. That's more than stuck. Lockety locked.
Oh, the glove. Glove. Okay, it doesn't look like you can jump down from here.
Curtain!
Ooh. So, I think... I'm over here. How do I get those? Oh, the water's not heavy. A gun.
Artist's blade.
Another weapon.
You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
I was definitely supposed to do this up first. I
Don't
didn't have
forget
any
the
weapons for
past.
so long.
Learn from it.
I think I want to take mine now.
Beats swimming. Make the most of the night while you can.
Rosa. Saluja. Jaida.
That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition.
Infinite.
Kantuali.
Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal.
Kantuali. Mafaniko. Ti awali.
After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot.
Awali.
That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide.
Ninto yumara.
He seems happy to talk.
Kati niyo anyana.
You need to help Goop defeat the Porky Puff before it destroys the southeast route.
Tuanako.
Says you should take it easy.
Mukanda.
He seems happy to talk.
Hoga.
Has plenty to do.
Alright. That seems like a good time to stop.